Good morning, children. This is English video session for class 10. The book which we are doing now is The First Flight, chapter number 5, 100 Dresses, part 1. We are in page number 66. I repeat today, this is English video session for class 10. The book is First Flight, chapter number 5, The 100 Dresses by Eleanor Estes. Eleanor Estes. Say, Eleanor Estes. Yes, and it is part 1, page number 66. Now, let's see. 100 dresses. Always the girl, who used to ask, Peggy used to ask, how many dresses are lined up in your closet? What is the answer given by Wanda? Yes, 100 dresses. Is it not? Always she says it's 100 dresses all lined up in the closet. Okay, now. Yeah, 100 dresses all lined up, Vanda used to say. Then her lips, thin lips drew together in silence. How she would be? She would be in silence. What are they like? All silk, I bet, said Peggy. Yeah, all silk, all colors, velvet too. So she used to tell that they are in velvet, they are in silk. Yeah, velvet too, 100 dresses, Wanda would repeat stolidly. Wanda says it again and again. What does this mean? Stolidly, without showing no sort of feelings, all lined up in the closet. Then they would let her go, and then before she had gone very far, they couldn't help bursting into shrieks and peals of laughter. Look at the term children used, shrieks and peals. Check the spelling. Yes, shrieks and peals. Okay, so it's like overwhelming, it's like overflowing. It is not controlled. When the laughter is not controlled, we call it as a streaks and peels. Okay, 100 dresses. Obviously the only dress Wanda wore was the blue one. And so why did she say 100? What a story. Why the children were always behind her is she wore only one blue dress. But why is she lying? That is what they all thought, that she is lying and she can't tell such lies. And that is why they were all, why can't she be telling the truth? That is what they wanted to know. Okay, that is why they are all asking her again and again. And again, the next day, the question is, how many shoes do you have? And 60 pairs all lined up in my closet. Again, they will ask in the closet. Cries of exaggerated politeness greeted this. All alike? Oh no, every pair is different, all colors and all lined up. So, again, the answer she would give is like they are all different and they are all lined up in the closet. Okay, so the reason why they were asking is she wore the same blue dress which is unfitting and which is not ironed properly, which looks as if it is not ironed properly. The same dress she wore, but she claims that she has 100 dresses in the closet and 60 pairs of shoes. The reason why is that, why is she telling lies? This is what the children want to, are making a fun of her. So to them it is like a big lie. What she says is a big lie. Okay, children. Pegu, who had thought up this game, and Maddie, her inseparable friend, were always the last to leave. Finally, Wanda would move up to the streets, her eyes dull and her mouth closed, hitching her left shoulder every now and then, and funny way she had, finishing the walk to school alone. Peggy was not really cruel. She protected small children from bullies, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. So let us know about the character of Peggy. Peggy is so nice a person that she doesn't want even an animal to be. If anybody ill treats the animal, she will go and fight for it. Okay, yes, and she cried for hours if she saw an animal mistreated. If anybody has just said to her, "Don't you think that was cruel to treat Wanda?" She'd have been surprised, cruel. Why did the girl say she had 100 dresses? Anybody could tell that was a lie. Why did she want to lie? And why she doesn't have an ordinary, she wasn't just an ordinary person. Else, why did she have such a name like that? Anyway, they never made her cry. Whatever way they asked, number of questions, they did not make her cry, but they asked the same questions again and again and make her repeat the same answer what she was telling. Is that right? Okay. What's bullies? Those who use the strength of the power to frighten the weaker people. Okay. Till this, did you understand? Yes. As for Maddie, this business of us Wanda asking every day now how many dresses and how many hats and how many of this and that, she was bothering her. Now the problem starts. Now Maddie. We learnt about Wanda. Sorry, Wanda. We know about Wanda. We came to know about Peggy. Now we know about Maddie. Now read what is written about Maddie. This paragraph explains about Maddie. Maddie was poor herself. She usually wore somebody's hand me down clothes. Thank goodness she didn't live up on Bogan Heights or have a funny name. Okay, so Maddie is herself a poor girl. She usually wears somebody's hand me down clothes. What is the meaning of hand me down? The clothes which are owned by somebody and then given it to her. Okay, the rich dresses, rich people wear some dresses and they are not interested to wear it, they give it to the poor. That is called hand me down clothes. Look at the word hyphenated hand me down. Okay, thank goodness she didn't live in Bogan Heights or have a funny name. So, only plus, other than Vanda, the only thing she had is she did not live in Bogan Heights and she did not have a funny name like Vanda Petronsky. Okay. Sometimes, when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions in the mocking, polite voice, Maddie felt embarrassed and studied the marbles in the palm of her hands, rolling them around and saying nothing to herself. She was going on saying nothing to herself. Okay? Around and saying nothing herself. Not that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy hadn't invented the dresses game. But suppose Peggy and all others started in on her next. Okay, so talking about the dress, she's wearing only others' dresses. She wasn't poor as Wanda, but perhaps she was poor. Of course, she would have more sense than to say that she had 100 dresses. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky. See, children, what is happening? Read this paragraph loudly. Peggy and Maddie, their mindset. Why is Maddie not feeling happy when Peggy was doing all these activities? What is making her feeling bad? What makes her feeling bad? What is the situation which is embarrassing her? Why is she embarrassed? She always wished Peggy would stop teasing. What does it mean? She always felt Peggy because she tried a lot. She did not want to openly say stop it, but she always wished that this stops. This because she finds the next person is only Maddie herself. The next person they will catch is Maddie. She is also poor as Wanda. That is why she always feels so. Okay, look at the questions, children. In what way Wanda is different from other children? Did Wanda had to have 100 dresses? Why do you think she said so? Why is Maddie embarrassed by the questions of Peggy? Asking questions to Wanda. She also like Wanda or is she different? The only way Maddie is different is she did not live in Boggins Heights, nor she has a peculiar name like Vanda Petronsky. Otherwise, as far as poor status is concerned, she is very poor and she uses only what dresses? Hand me down. Please write in the same fashion. Hand dash me dash down. Okay. Now, shall we go to the next? Yes. Please read that loudly. Today, loudly. Today, even though they had been late to school, Maddie was glad that she had not made fun of Wanda. She worked her arithmetic problems absent mindedly. 8 times 8, let's see. She wished that she had the note to write Peggy a note, because she knew that she would never have the courage to speak right out to Peggy. To say, hey Peg, let's stop Wanda, asking Wanda how many dresses she has. Okay. When she finished her arithmetic, she did start a note to Peggy. Suddenly, she paused and shuddered. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, the new target for Peggy and girls. Peggy might ask her where she got dressed and that and she had on, and Maddie would have to say that it was one of Peggy's old ones that Maddie's mother has tried to disguise with. So look at the picture. Maddie wants to say Peggy, let her stop all these things. It's no longer. But she didn't have the courage to speak because she always felt that she would be the next in the line to Wanda to be teased by Peggy and other girls. Clear, children? That's why she wanted to write and show. That also she didn't have the courage to do. She feels so threatened, not even threatened. She was afraid of the consequences. What will happen if she is next targeted? What will she do? How would she take it? Okay? Page number 68. Shall we go? So, no one in room 13 would recognize it. Now, go to page 68, first paragraph. If only Peggy would decide on her own accord to stop having fun with Wanda. Oh well, Maddie ran her hand through her short blonde hair as though to push the uncomfortable thoughts away. What difference did it make? Slowly, Maddie tore it into bits of notes she had started, and she was Peggy's best friend, and Peggy was her best liked friend, girl in the whole room. Peggy should not possibly do anything that was really wrong, she thought. Look at the condition. Maddie wanted to tell, but she did not. She is not able to concentrate. She's feeling very uncomfortable, and the thoughts keep troubling her. Okay. So whatever she wrote in the paper, she tore it into pieces, and what did she do? She threw it and left it in the because she felt that Peggy should understand all by herself. Yes, that she was really wrong. Okay. As for Vanda, she was just some girl who lived up in the Boggin Heights and stood alone in the schoolyard. She scarcely ever said anything to anybody. The only time she talked was in the schoolyard about 100 dresses. Maddie remembered her telling about one of her dresses, pale blue with colored trimmings. And she remembered another that was a brilliant jungle green with red sash. You would look like Christmas tree in that, the girls had said in a pretended admiration. Look at this, children. About so the children will every day they keep troubling her. Maddie remembered her telling one of her dresses pale blue with colored trimmings. Okay, she remembered another was a brilliant jungle green with a red sash. When she said a brilliant red, they all said that she will look like a Christmas tree. Okay, the girls had said a pretended admiration. Actually, they talk as if they are humble and they are trying to inquire with the humility with lot of respect, but inside it is all mocking, teasing, and trying to make fun of her. Though outwardly they have never said any word harsh, they have not hurt her anything, but every day asking, it's very clear that the reasons why they are asking all the it is not clear, it was not for good intention. The girl is very much able to understand that the intentions were only to make fun of her. So that was the thing which she understood. And the girls, though they did not openly had the courage to do it, they do it in a different manner, like asking humble questions. Is that clear? So, till this, children, why don't you read the whole thing and come? And we will continue from this point, page number 68, it's the third paragraph. We will continue in the next class. By this, I close. Thank you, children.